It's true. It's another night. And we are here live once again with another episode 11. I think I'm keeping track this time. Episode 11 of Catching Up with Franco. And today's special guest is JAIME Carrillo. Hi, Jaime. How are you? As always with us is... let's see. We can't hear him. Hold on. Here we go. Sorry about that. Forgot to add in the others. Now we can hear you. Maybe. There we go. Say hi again.
Hi again.
Hi again.
Because we have nothing but technical difficulties on this show if we do nothing else, but we have technical difficulties all the time on this show.
But we're consistent with the technical difficulties.
Consistency is key.
So, once again, Jaime, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? Thanks for having me on. I gotta say, this is I wouldn't call it a dream come true, but I'm really excited. I never thought I would be this far in any kind of industry at this point. So this is actually really awesome.
I'm flattered that you think like I'm in the industry, or that we're, we're in the industry.
I've seen you at the Comic-Con, so I'm assuming that you know something.
It's very little. But we have special guests too. All of Jaime's dog, Poochie's in the background. So they'll say hi too.
I have 6 doorbells and they're charging right now. You can hear them.
So yeah, any little noise outside, like a twig snapping or something like that, they're just gonna go off, right?
And it just takes one, and then the rest bark at that one. So.
That's awesome. So Jaime is a super talented like artist type guy. He like paints and stuff like that. He's got some incredible oil paintings. You've done work for a whole bunch of stuff. You've done some Storm King stuff, right?
I have
with Carpenter and stuff like that. And you've done some Star Wars stuff too, right?
I have. I work through Acme Archives Direct. And they're the license for Star Wars, and I get to do stuff for them occasionally, that was a dream come true. You know, as a kid, Star Wars. I want to do Star Wars, and got to, be 100 years old before I finally got to it, but got to cross it off the bucket list. So.
Full disclosure, we talked about, hey, what are we going to talk about on the show? Like I was asked to guess what we're going to talk about and stuff like that, and we said, well, let's do Winter Soldier because we're going to do Falcon and Winter Soldier, and let's do the Captain America Winter Soldier. So I made the show card and I put it up, and then I get a message from Jaime, and he's like, oh, we should have done Han Solo, and I'm like, oh, we should have done Han Solo. So we're going to have to have you back. Yeah, we're going to have you back to do some Han Solo stuff at some point too.
Let's do it, definitely.
Sorry, as always, I will not neglect to introduce Wayne, our commentator corraller. Hi, Wayne.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Looking forward to this one. I love the Winter Soldier.
Oh, that's awesome. Also, full disclosure, because of the hockey thing between these two gentlemen, there's already a built-in rivalry that Jaime and Wayne hate each other, apparently, before we even start. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's not really a hate.
Oh, no, it's hate on my side. It's hate.
A dislike. Mildly not impressed.
because Wayne is a fan of the Canadiens, right? Is that correct?
That's correct.
And Jaime is a fan of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I believe. Did I get that right?
That's correct.
Wrong sport, but yes.
Well, the way Ottawa's playing this year, they could probably take on Tampa.
Yeah. Oh. It would probably be a close game, though, I don't know.
We're going to do some drawing, but before we do that, do you have any paintings? I asked you to got some paintings. Do you have paintings? We can show paintings.
I grabbed a couple. One of them is right there behind me. That's one of them.
I'm gonna go large so we can see the painting. Oh, that's cool.
The light's really bad, but
yeah.
This is one I did for Acme Archives. It's kind of blown out with it. There you go. As well. I did another one. The latest one I did for Acme was, of course, I have to do it all traditional instead of doing digital. I got Stormtrooper piece.
That's cool.
And then just to change it up a little bit, this one This one creeps everybody out. This was for Storm King for Sandy and John Carpenter. It's
Ooh, that is creepy.
Yeah, this one creeps everybody out. There's a cat back here if you can see it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that creeped me out. The baby doll heads, they don't creep me out. The cat did.
They don't. The cat did. So this one, I do the interstitials, kind of like the Crypt Keeper type things for Sandy Carpenter for Storm King comics, and that one kept getting referenced. Sandy Carpenter kept saying it was creepy as, and every single email we'd send back, okay, this, and then at the end, by the way, the doll heads are just creepy as, it's just the tagline. Instead of sent from my iPhone, it was the doll heads are creepy as.
Right. Well, that's cool because you could put that on your resume, like when you're looking for other jobs and stuff like that. You're the artist of the creepy as dolls.
Exactly. Hey, I'll take whatever I can get, right?
So we're gonna talk some stuff, and as we're talking, we're gonna draw some stuff. I've kind of already laid out, and usually as I do, I draw things out in my ballpoint pen, and I made some notes of things that I think how I want to do it. So I'm going to draw Captain America tonight, and I'm going to do them kind of, I think, in a pop art style, because it's my show and I get to draw what I want, how I want. And Jaime, what are you going to draw tonight?
I was going to do Taskmaster since we're going to talk Winter Soldier, but he's very skull-like, and my wife has told me that she forbids me to paint any more or draw any more skulls. So I that's all I used to do. So I went with my.
Why does she forbid you? She can't draw skulls. Let her draw stuff if she wants to draw stuff. She can't forbid you from drawing skulls.
You know what? You're right. I'm tearing this up.
No, don't do that.
This cool. Was my favorite bad guy as a kid was the Green Goblin. So I'm gonna do a Goblin piece.
Nice. Very cool. All right.
I was just happy to watch one of your. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go for it.
I was just happy to see one of your old podcasts where you guys pre-drew, because the drawing always takes me forever and it drives me crazy, and then I would never get to actually rendering it. We'll be at a show and I'll watch Franco and he'll knock out 3 or 4 pieces, and I'm still there sitting on the one and doing it, and it's just taking me forever, and I'm like, I've got to get a better model here because this just takes way too long.
Well, just be thankful that you're sitting next to me and not next to Art or Scoot, who can both draw like the wind and outdraw me like 3 ways to Sunday. So I'll draw one piece and they'll have finished 50. And
right.
Actually, Scoot was on last week and I yelled at him because he finished the entire Justice League before I could finish even one Superman. So, and he was being super nice to me. He's like, oh, but you put in a lot of detail and stuff like that. But I'm like, yeah, but you drew 50 guys, so.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Anyway, so welcome to everybody out there. We have some people watching, maybe. I'm not even sure, but hopefully we do.
Andrew Clark says, Jaime, that your Star Wars paintings are great.
Oh, thank you.
They are.
Awesome.
And he was also wondering, did anyone watch the Suicide Squad 2 trailer that came out today?
No, we didn't even know it came out, actually.
I didn't even know either.
No, I did. I actually wrote to Jaime. I said, make sure you watch the trailer before we go. So this way you can talk. Wayne, I thought you would see it. You didn't see it?
No, I didn't see it either. I didn't even know it came out today.
Oh,
I didn't know either until he told me.
I was busy with the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I just finished it up rewatching it right before we came on too. So I'm all fresh like that. Fresh like DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Did you rewatch? Did you rewatch Captain America: Winter Soldier?
Yeah, that's the one we were supposed to watch, right?
The movie, yeah, not
Falcon. Oh, I watched both of them.
Oh, you did? You found the time? Nice.
I did. I spread it out over a few days, yeah. But I did see the Suicide Squad trailer, and there's lots of swear words in there, and
that shocked me.
It was the Red Band trailer. Oh, really? You weren't expecting that?
Not at all. And I almost watched it in class. I almost
geez.
It's on YouTube. I almost clicked play and I said, I'll wait until class is over, and I'm so glad I did.
Yeah, full disclosure, some of you out there may know that I'm a high school art teacher, and Jaime and I get along so well because he's a math teacher, and he's still currently teaching as well. And we call each other up or text each other like, you know, once every couple of days to just gripe about the work we do.
Commiserate.
Yeah.
It's so fulfilling.
Yeah. Because weren't you texting me the other day because your building had some sort of issue and you were standing outside for like half the day or something like that, you know? So I'm like, yeah, it's typical stuff, right?
Yeah, gas leak, no big deal. Loud boom, piece of metal goes flying about 30 feet in the air, you know, but
Oh, geez,
it's standard stuff.
Oh my gosh. So, but yeah, that was a wild trailer, huh?
Yeah. It was.
Oh, now
it
you're making me feel bad that I didn't watch it.
We could
that's
probably
right.
play it. I don't think we'd get in trouble for. We would maybe.
Oh
There's a lot of
no,
swear words.
we're not gonna play it.
Yeah, that's right.
Watch it on the side. Mute yourself for a minute. Watch it on the side and come back. It's only like 2 minutes. There's definitely things we got to talk about in that trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
I will. Making sure. Yeah. My brother's looking forward to tonight's drawings.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm going to mute.
I may not finish mine because I'll keep stopping to look at what Franco's doing. So
that's okay. I don't finish mine either. I finish them off the air and then show them later. But while he's watching that, why don't you? Because I've never dealt with Lucasfilm directly, and now you've done Star Wars stuff. What's that like?
It's indirect. You know, I go through the middleman, which is Acme Archives, and they're really awesome to work with. Great bunch of guys. Real interesting too, because you know you've dealt with a lot of different directors, art directors, different projects, everything. So you know how you can get really awesome guys who are real easy, and then some guys, you know, but they want this, they want that, and they, you know, go through a lot of stages. The guys at Acme are really cool. They give you a lot of freedom, as long as Lucasfilm approves the design. Acme lets you kind of just do your thing, and they encourage it. So they're really cool to work with. I really enjoy it. I really like working with them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what was that like the first time you got a Star Wars gig, right? Tell me you didn't plot halfway home, right?
Oh my god. It was it's funny because it happened through.
But we're professionals. We don't do that. We don't. You know,
no. It's
we
like
maintain decorum.
You're going. Let me see if I can fit it in my schedule, and then you know you're having a heart attack.
Oh my god! Star Wars.
You must have been in the room with me because that's exactly what I did. Yeah, it was the representative. Actually, I was able to get 2 bucket list items off in one shot, basically because the rep for Iron Maiden is the one that stopped by the table at Comic-Con.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and he saw my stuff. He gave my card to Anna. He got my card from Anna, and then he called me and said, "Here, we want you to do an Iron Maiden piece," which was another bucket list thing.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
And then yeah.
Well, I was going to say, funny story, because you did a piece, and then like I remember talking to you about it because we were in San Diego, and then about a month later, my family and I were on vacation in, God, I can't remember. I think we were in Florida, and we turn on the TV, and there's a guy being interviewed on TV, and he's wearing an Iron Maiden shirt with your drawing on it, and I took a picture and I sent it to you.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That was so awesome.
Yeah.
That's the same one. Actually, it's funny because if you Google, I'm not even sure what you Google, there's a picture of Justin Bieber wearing that shirt too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's actually on Google Images. There's a picture of him wearing that shirt.
So you know what you got to do, right? First of all, I'm enjoying watching Wayne react to the Suicide Squad trailer.
To the Suicide.
Yeah, watch. Look at him. Look at him go.
He's enjoying that. That definitely.
That's right. Well, now what I was going to say is you gotta paint a painting of Iron Maiden, like Eddie from Iron Maiden, holding or wearing a Justin Bieber shirt with the Iron Maiden picture on it. So you got to do a meta shirt now, you know?
Oh my god, that is an awesome idea. I actually really like that.
So you should fire your other art director. It should be me. That's what I think.
Right? I was gonna say I think I'm doing it wrong. Oh boy.
That's awesome. I'm having a great time watching Wayne's reactions here. I've stopped drawing now.
I was gonna say you're not even getting anything done, are you? Nice.
I am kind of. Is he
Well,
back?
that was a good family movie.
We were watching your reaction to that, Wayne.
Wow. Yeah.
So, what'd you think?
It's sort of like the Guardians of the Galaxy sort of turned up to a 10.
Oh, that's
Right.
yeah. That was my. I wanted to say that before you left, but I didn't want to spoil it for you. But that's you
No,
definitely
it's
get the vibe.
Yeah, it was very good. King Shark.
Right?
I mean, the
Oh.
shark is Groot. You know, you've got Groot. You've got all the characters. Definitely a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. Definitely.
Yeah, we're definitely going to spoil. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it and then come back. But since we're in the spoiling mood for everything, because that's what we do here, how about Starro showing up? And I'm like, what the hell?
Oh my God.
Tell me that wasn't
Big
cool.
kaiju.
That was insane. That was insane. Oh.
I know normal people out there are going to be like, what is that? They're going to be fighting a giant starfish?
Starfish, exactly.
So, yeah, I like John Cena being not at all what I expected.
I almost didn't recognize him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like,
Well, you can't
John
see him,
Cena, right?
so yeah.
Wearing
you
a
can't
giant
see him.
toilet on his head.
Yeah.
Like that's John Cena though, right? That's him, isn't it? I
Yeah.
still I couldn't get that it was him. I couldn't wrap that around my head, around my brain. I mean,
Idris Elba is great. I love him.
yes. Oh yeah, that guy's awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. I got a man crush on him. I would date him. Absolutely.
I was gonna say who doesn't have a man crush on him, right?
Right.
Kind of it's just kind of what we do.
So, what else about the trailer kind of like surprised you or didn't surprise you? I like Harley coming out and like, oh, you guys are here to rescue me type thing. I love that. And
you know what? I never.
Oh,
even
if you
saw
don't
the
have,
first one.
you can't have personalized license plate, or we'll blow you up.
Sneeze without covering your mouth.
Yeah.
I have to admit that cat thing licking the door. I started
Licking
laughing.
the
glass.
is that a rodent thing or a cat thing? Yeah.
Whatever that is.
What is it?
Whatever it is.
I think it's a beaver.
Oh,
I think you're right.
Oh, and also Peter Capaldi, right?
Yeah.
That was him, Doctor Who
With
guy.
with the things around his head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yep. Absolutely.
I've never even seen the first one.
The first one is okay. I mean, there's lots of issues, but it's I really like James Gunn's dialogue and direction. I just think it's a lot of fun. I think the Guardians movies were just amazing, so I can't wait to see this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
People out there liked it or not like it? What do you guys think out there?
Andrew Clark, all-star cast, brutality and humor. I'm excited, and Michael Rooker equals great.
Yeah. I like that we're not going to have to get so bogged down with moody stuff, right? And exposition and DCU backstory stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Sean Gunn is the character is called Weasel.
Oh, is that who it is?
That's who it is.
You know, even if that's the only scene in the whole movie with him, it already won. That it's just that I have to admit that got me. That was my favorite part of it. I had to stop it and rewind it because I was laughing too hard from that one part.
That's great. All right, let's take a look at some progress. What are you doing over there? Anything good? What's happening?
Nothing yet. I'm outlining it in my Micron pen so that way I can erase all the pencil because I'm one of those very sketchy. My lines always look like a growing hair. So.
Oh, is that what you do? So you go over it in Micron to then be able to erase all your pencil lines?
Yeah. Get rid of all pencil lines, clean it up a little bit, and then start going in there with the Copics.
Ah, interesting.
The problem is sometimes I miss lines and then I lose them and then I have to reimagine. What
Yeah,
what are
right.
you using? What are you using to ink?
I have these jet pens, Japanese zebra pens, they're called, and I use these because I have a couple of different varieties, and I have like a brush thickness and stuff like that that I can do. And I've learned to like them because I used to use microns before, but I don't know. It's just they were too thin. Like, see, with this, I could get this thicker line here. I'll go
That's
larger.
what I was looking at. I like that line.
You know, you could get a thicker line and a thinner line, and I'm going to go back in and outline because I want to do something specific with the colors in the background. So I'm probably going to go back in and outline a thick line all the way around him. You know, so that'll probably happen. So that's a thing that'll happen. But all right, so let's get into things.
Oh, just
Where are we
before
starting?
we leave,
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
Sylvester Stallone is King Shark.
is he really?
Yeah,
Really?
that's what it says on IMDb.
Oh, jeez.
Oh wow.
Hand.
I like that he brought over the entire cast of Guardians of the Galaxy, basically.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
Same exact character. I like the aesthetic. I like James Gunn's aesthetic. I like the bits of humor mixed in with everything. I think that makes for a good, solid viewing and entertaining. And you want to see it again because even if you're not even watching the story, you're there for the fun of it.
Yeah, well, that's what I think. This one seems like, like there's that story, but like in the first Suicide Squad, there was that over sense, like almost like the DC Universe movie type, you know, um,
Gloom and Doom.
cloud. Yeah, the cloud that hangs over everything, and this one seems like a little bit more like, yeah, these guys are gonna die, but it's gonna be a lot of fun going along the way, I think.
It's like the true Expendables.
Right.
Yes. Well, who is it that says we're gonna die or something? And the guy turns and looks and says, "I hope so."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's David. Polka Dot Man says that.
Polka Dot Man,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna say Polka Dot Man.
And he's just like, "I hope so." It's just a deadpan, no, not a speck of emotion.
Love it. Love it. So, you want to start with the newest Falcon Winter Soldier? You want to start with the Captain America movie and then work up to this? There's things that
Whichever way you want to work. I got opinions on both. If there's nothing else, I'm opinionated. How's that?
Oh, I like that. I like opinionated stuff. All right, well let's start with the Captain America movie because
Okay.
I watched it again and it is one of my favorite Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I gotta say, honestly, there's not a lot wrong with it in my opinion. It moves pretty quick. A lot of fun from the very first initial encounter with Falcon,
Agreed.
with Sam, all the way through, and it gets organic. It's organic. I like it. But there's a lot wrong with Shield, I think.
Yeah, they kind of expose a little bit of the issues, right? Just slightly.
I think so.
I like it really shows the Captain America's moral stance. He's true. He's for real. He doesn't just spout off things. He's got an issue. He tells Fury at the beginning. When they come from the barge with fighting Batroc and Black Widow's doing her own thing, and he's like, hey, we're supposed to be a team and that sort of thing. It's he's all about team and doing the right thing, and I like how that's kind of expounded on. You really see that come through with how he's even getting in Fury's face, like, hey, you got to do the right thing. You have the power to do the right thing. You got to do the right thing. That type of thing.
How cool is it that not only is there a Captain America movie, how many thought that there would be a really cool Captain America movie, where Captain America is not wearing a motorcycle helmet, right? That he's
And
actually
a plastic shield.
yeah, and a translucent shield, right? So we
And
have an actual real
stealing cars.
right. We have an actual real Captain America movie, but then to have Batroc the Leaper in there as a bad guy, whoever thought we'd get that, right? But
True.
come on, part of you want that old purple and orange costume and the big mustache?
I wanted that in like the masquerade, the
Right?
the whatchamacallit
And you wanted to hear him say "Zoot alors."
Yeah, right.
Zut alors!
And he did.
I want him to talk like the chef from The Little Mermaid, start singing that song.
So if there's one big criticism of the movie for me, that's it. I think is
Agreed.
that he didn't.
Agreed.
He didn't have that happening.
You're gonna change him up to make him a little more realistic. That's fine, but come on, Batroc's gotta have his purple suit. That's gotta stay. That should have been non-negotiable, in my opinion.
I think so. Also, when I draw and ink, sometimes I hold my breath, which is not the greatest thing to do for a talk show, I guess. But
oh god, me too.
That's where I am.
Same thing. This is gonna be very bad. Wayne, it's all you. Talk about the Canadians or something.
No, actually, I found that this movie, when you look at it, it's an espionage movie with superheroes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like if you took out the superhero element, this would be like any other, like it'd be like a Mission Impossible.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's one of the stronger Marvel movies. If I have a criticism, it's a minor one. I didn't like I thought it was a little too involved with the shield, with the chips and all that, and then the helicarriers, and they had to shoot each other down. It ends with this big, basically a space battle. I mean, if you think about it, it's not in space, of course, but I liked it because it was all on Earth. It was, like you said, like a spy caper. The one thing that I have always held against the Marvel MCU is they're so interconnected and so interplanetary, and it's such a huge scale that, what does Black Widow really do? She pulls out a gun and she's shooting. It shows the limitations of the character in this setting, because you've got Thor, with a hammer, with Mjolnir and everything, and you have Captain America, Iron Man with a suit, and Black Widow. I mean, she's just a girl, a woman. Granted, she has skills, but she's not superpowered. So I like this was scaled down, real life. Like you said, it could have been Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I like what they did with her in the other movies, like in the Avengers movies. She holds her own with the large scale stuff too.
I agree. I think there's sometimes it does show the limited. Like I think they gave her a good arc. Like you said, she does have a purpose. She's not just eye candy. But like when Thanos' army is invading Wakanda and they're breaking through the force field, she's she's kind of out of her league there.
Wow,
the rest of the
you
movie,
hate Black Widow. Wow.
Okay, I'm glad you got the subtext there, because I didn't want to come out and say it.
Well, what are your thoughts about Hawkeye then?
Kind of the same thing. Like I said, they're kind of they're out of their league when it comes to a giant, big scale fight like that with interdimensional beings.
Really? Because Hawkeye is the only reason that they won. He, in every movie that he was in, they won. When he was taken out of the picture, they lost.
You just do the math, right?
Yeah. So if you think about it, Anyway, that's all that's all. I don't know anything though. I don't know.
You know what I like also about Winter Soldier was the little things, the little like remember Steve Rogers has the list of things when they're telling him he has to look up. For every country, that list was different.
Had their own list.
That was awesome. That was really cool. Also, on the desk in whose apartment is it? All the President's Men. The book is sitting on the desk. as a callback for Robert Redford.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm trying to
didn't
remember whose
catch
desk it is. I think it's Steve Rogers' apartment. On the desk is a book, and it's
Oh,
all
that's
the president's
so
men.
funny.
In the refrigerator, I think it is, or on the counter, he has the jar of Newman's sauce, Paul Newman's sauce.
Oh, I didn't
As a
catch that
homage.
either. I'm too busy watching the actual people's faces. I got to start looking around. I think.
Yeah, all those little things. It's like that's a cool little.
Yeah, they
little
put the little
homage.
touches in, like I said last week with the Arrowverse, where they bring in comic creators and they'll have them named as streets or as buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
That's
same thing in the
really cool.
Marvels. They have these little Easter eggs sort of scattered all through it.
Well, was
Yeah.
it also? But they also bring in the elements of the story too. Wasn't it you or Scoot last week who said that they were having issues? When they come back, like they're sleeping on the floor because the bed feels like a marshmallow. Because they said that in the Winter Soldier movie, and then last week, Bucky wakes up and he's sleeping on the floor, and I didn't catch that back then.
Scoot.
Yeah. I love little things like that in stories.
Yeah, there are callbacks, and even with Natasha, I think Black Widow over all the movies has one of the better story arcs.
Mm-hmm.
She
from
did,
beginning
totally,
to end.
Totally. Yeah, I wasn't trying to dog her and say she was useless in the movies, because she wasn't.
No.
She, by all means, she was not.
No, she's she has some of the best lines where she's picking up Steve. I have to bring a fossil to the Smithsonian.
Yeah, she was picking up a fossil or something like that.
Yeah, picking up a fossil.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, no, the Russos know how to write a story. Like they can, and it doesn't feel forced. Like I think when we were trying to compare, like the Joss Whedon jokes were sort of feeling forced in Justice League, where they don't feel forced in Winter Soldier. They feel very natural.
Mm-hmm.
They feel natural for the character. For the character that's saying the line, they feel very natural.
Right.
They're very real. They're very human. We can relate very easily to them.
Yeah, Andrew Clark says Winter Soldier's my top Marvel movie. The trust building with Black Widow and Sam, the reveal of the Winter Soldier, all the good stuff. They made Batroc the Leaper interesting.
Yep.
And he also says, no one in Marvel or DC needs a parachute.
Say that last part again. They don't believe in parachutes.
They don't need a parachute.
That's right.
Oh,
Now,
yeah, that's true.
In Winter Soldier, that's a direct that they took that from the Ultimates comic, where Steve jumped off the plane.
He jumps out. Yeah.
And then
I was disappointed that. Oh, go for it.
Oh, go ahead.
I was disappointed that Robert Redford ended up being the bad guy, because I've watched him since I was a kid, and he's never the bad guy. I was shocked.
But I think that's what made it so awesome.
Oh, totally. It was like, no, not him.
When you first see him, you're like, oh, this is not a little part, because Robert Redford's not going to have like a bit part in a Marvel movie, right? And then to have him be the bad guy, because you kind of sort of knew that he was going to be, but then you're also like, it's Robert Redford. They made him the bad guy. They made him the bad guy.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have guessed. You would not have expected that. No, it was totally out of left field.
And not just that, he was the head of Hydra.
Yeah. The other night on the Oh Yeah podcast, we were talking about Gary Shandling, and I forgot that he was in this movie again, because he was in wasn't he in the Iron Man movie?
Yes.
Right, and then he was in this one again too. So yeah, when he hugged the guy and kissed him and said, "Hail Hydra."
Hail Hydra. Yeah, and then that makes you go back and review all of his motives in the Iron Man movie. Then you start like, okay.
Oh, here's a question.
No question.
Steve's visiting Peggy in the hospital.
Yeah.
But before that, we see Steve going through the museum, and he's sitting and watching the film where Peggy's saying, "If it wasn't for Steve, he would save my future husband."
Yep.
When he went behind the lines and rescued the people. Now, we get through all the way through Endgame, and then we find out that Steve ends up with Peggy.
Yeah, he probably let that guy die in that camp.
Okay.
So this,
Just trying to make sure that's what I thought, that he just let a guy die
yeah,
for the sake
absolutely,
of. Okay. All right.
absolutely, because Captain America, he's got to get that Peggy. He's like, you know what? I let it go the first time. It ain't happening again. This sucker, he's dead.
Yeah, he
No one
already
will
got to
know.
live his life with her. No.
No, yeah, no one will know. This is the way it was supposed to happen. See, I think I'm almost positive that's how the thought
All
process
right.
went.
And
No, I
he
just wanted
said
to
that
make sure that
exact
it
same
was
thing.
Yeah,
that they were deviating towards the darker side of Steve Rogers at that point.
I think so. Yeah, because now if you go back and you look at this, he's thinking that while he's sitting there.
Mhm.
You know, he goes to get the glass of water. He's like, I'm gonna go back in time one day and just mess up this whole thing.
Right? This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my dance. That's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's
I
owed to
went
me.
down
I'm
in the
getting
plane. Screw that. No. Nick Fury lied to me. I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna get a little something something. That's what he's saying.
What do you think?
I
It
thought-
was Captain America and the Howling Commandos.
Say it again.
Again back in the museum where it's Captain America and the Howling Commandos,
Oh, and not Nick Fury,
as
right?
opposed to Nick Fury.
Right. I like that. I think it made more sense in the timeline that they're going with, right?
Mm-hmm. Using the Ultimate Universe, because this is more or less the Ultimate Universe that they're doing.
I'm okay with that. I again, as long as it works story wise, I'm really okay with the changes. You know, because some people are like, oh, they changed this or they changed that. Again, for me, as long as it works story wise, I think I'm okay. I need to take a look at Jaime's drawing now, so I want to see how he's doing here. Wow, look at this. So you use Copics? Is that what you're using?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're ridiculously easy to use. And I mean,
I
you
know,
learn
right?
something new just about every time you use them, learn a new.
It is. I'm working on a piece the other day, and I'm like, I did this, and I'm like, oh, I screwed up and went over a marker with another marker, like when I didn't mean to, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, that looks pretty cool. And then that's what I wound up using for the whole shadow.
Right? Yeah. You kind of just play around with it. It's like a Bob Ross episode. Every single time you mess with them, you find out something new. Like happy accidents. There's no mistakes.
Love it. I just like drawing and artwork. Just makes me happy. It's weird. It's a thing. I like writing too, but I like. And then people always ask you, like, what's your favorite thing you've ever drawn? And I'm like, the thing I'm drawing now? I never know how to answer that question,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Agreed.
It's weird. So I never know how to answer that to my own satisfaction, I think.
And I remember a time, it's been many years, where I would have a favorite painting that I had done, and I didn't want to sell that one. That was like the one that wasn't going to get sold. And then I would paint something else, and then, okay, this is the new favorite one that can't ever get sold. And then pretty soon you're like, okay, I got to get rid of some of these. I got to sell some of these off because I got too many favorite ones, and they're not going anywhere.
I came to that realization a while ago that I'll sell off pieces, but now it's my wife who'll say, "Yeah, that one's not for sale," and I'm like, "Well, I can't not sell that one."
Yeah.
So like if I sell a piece for like $100, like I was planning on selling it for say like $100, and now my wife likes it, that one is now $400 because I can justify if I sell that one at 400, I'll say to my wife, well, I got 400 for it, and she goes, okay, yeah, I guess, but if it doesn't sell, then it stays around for a while.
I know exactly what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, exact same thing going on here. I still remember the first painting I sold, and it hurt. It was like painful. It was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, but that's mine. I painted that.
Right.
I can't give that to that guy, It was like part of me left, and then.
But then you're like, also, how am I going to eat No.
Yeah. Yeah. What am I doing this for? Maybe I'm doing this to try to earn a living at it. Yeah. Just have to learn to let him go.
So, getting back to the movie, the fight scenes were kind of cool, especially the Winter Soldier
Oh yeah.
fight scenes with
Very well choreographed. Very well choreographed.
It made me want to go back and watch Civil War right away.
Yeah, because I when I rewatched it, I was like, oh, is this the one where this happens? And then I kept watching it. Oh no, that's Civil War.
Right.
Okay. Oh, this is when. Oh no, that's Civil War too. Oh fuck. I kept having that problem, getting them confused.
And I went with heavy outline. I don't know if I'm doing. I don't know. It's the same problem every week, Wayne.
But then you always find a solution.
Yeah.
Remember happy accidents. So just adopt the Bob Ross mentality.
And you had to like Armin Zola is basically all the computers. And you have that one TV screen.
Yeah.
Because I don't think everyone would accept the fact that that's all he really is this basically this body and a huge TV screen in the center in the comics.
That's true too. Was it? Yeah, Arnim Zola. Yeah, he also came out in Supervillain Team Up, right?
It was definitely a Kirby creation because and you can actually say you had your Martha moment in Winter Soldier.
Oh boy. Bruce Wayne showed up.
Yeah, close. Where you had the flashback with Steve and Bucky when Steve's mom died.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going to be with you to the end of the line.
Uh-huh.
And that same line, Steve then sends it to Bucky.
Yeah.
See, but that's okay.
That was your Martha moment.
Yeah, that's okay though. That worked. It wasn't just out of left field that like, oh, wait a minute, you said Martha. Why'd you say that name? Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, just like, oh, by the way, yeah, no. It was set up. It was set up. It was foreshadowed.
Perfectly.
Well, it was also set up in the first Captain America movie. As well. So.
All right. Armin Zola first appeared in Captain America 208, created by the King himself.
There you go.
In 1977.
So are you saying he wasn't in Supervillain Team Up?
Oh, he probably was later on, but he first appeared. Supervillain Team Up number 17.
It was. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. In 1980.
1980. Gosh, now we're dating ourselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boy.
See, I remember reading these because I more or less stopped probably 275 when I was reading Cap.
And why'd you stop reading Cap? Just because it wasn't doing it for you?
Yeah, it just wasn't doing it for me. Every so often, the series sort of run aground.
There was some good Cap stuff, though.
Oh, you had Byrne had a great run with Baron Blood. You had the Zek run, which was good because there was Deathlock.
Yeah.
Remember those issues?
I always forget Deathlock is that old.
Oh, yeah. Deathlock, Astonishing Tales number 25, I believe.
See, Wayne knows all this stuff.
I think I know Perez worked on it for a bit.
Was that your Wayne? Was that your guy growing up, Captain America?
Batman.
Yeah.
Batman has always been my guy.
Sweet.
I think my collection is complete. I'll be 57. I think I have almost a 50-year run of Batman.
Are you serious?
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
that's kind of cray cray.
Who is yours,
Yeah.
Franco? Who is your guy growing up?
Mostly Spider-Man, but I mean, it was all they were all jumbled together. For me, it was Superman, Batman, Teen Titans. Um, but if I had to pick one guy, one character, I think it would be Spider-Man. Kind of edging out everybody just by that much, you know. Just because I just thought he was funnier than Superman, Batman, you know. He always had those one-liners and the
The
comebacks and stuff
one-liners.
like that. Yep.
Yep. Love those.
So
Love
if
those.
if you ever guessed where I might get my sense of humor, it was definitely comic books, you know, because I didn't have a lot of friends, or I had no friends, and I would get beat up all the time in school. But the one thing I did learn was, uh, snappy banter and comebacks.
Which
And
got you beat up more?
which got me beat up more. Yeah. So like, someone would say something and then I would say something about their mom and their shoes, and as the fist was flying at my face, I'd be like, oh, why did I say that? Like, you're so stupid. Why did you say that? You know, in that fraction of a second that the fist is coming at your face, you're like, oh.
Ugh.
But yeah,
So that's where the whole your mama comes from.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
How about you, Jaime?
Mine, this one's just terrible. This one's out of left field.
Oh, I like it.
Hawkman.
Really? See, I like Hawkman and Aquaman. Everybody makes fun of me because I like the two loser guys a lot.
Right? Right?
I collect Hawkman figures and Batgirl figures is what I collect.
Are you
And then-
serious?
yeah, and then I like Captain Britain. Like I like all these like extraneous characters. But yeah, why Hawkman? That's so funny.
You know what? I can't even explain it. I got hooked on. We had one major comic shop in our city when I was growing up, and my sister and I we used to have to take the bus to get there. It was across town. My mom wouldn't take us. Well, she took us occasionally, but usually we had to have to take the bus. And my sister got hooked on Ghost Rider.
Oh
And,
wow.
and this is before like the Salteros and Texiera, Howard Mackie. This is like the old school like
Jim
Marvel
Mooney.
Spotlight. Jim Mooney
Yeah.
and Gary Friedrich. And for some reason I saw Murphy Anderson Hawkman. It was the one with Lion Mane. He's fighting Lion Mane on the corner. On the cover, they're falling. And I just saw it and I said, I want this. And I just stuck with him. I collected as many. I actually got the whole run of the Murphy Anderson Hawkman.
Mystery in Space.
Mm-hmm.
I have those as well. I have the first appearance, which was Kubert. I didn't like his renditions as much. Because I just got hooked on Murphy Anderson. And when I was a kid, we had one. My parents bought us a Hawkman. It's just she bought random comics, and I was real young, and it was an issue where I don't know if you're familiar with the Murphy Anderson Hawkman run.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Issue number 7, the guys with the lasers and their body parts come apart and they're all floating, just an arm here.
Yeah, I think I remember.
So we
that
cut the comic up and we tried to put them together. We're trying to put them together, and for some reason that stuck with me. So when I got older, I was like, Hawkman. Right. I like Hawkman, and I actually got to meet Murphy Anderson at San Diego one year. And he signed one of them for me, and I was like, that was the coolest thing ever.
That's awesome.
Did you keep collecting the Hawkman series when it became Hawkman and the Atom?
I remember that.
I have a few of them. I was always very visual, and I was just drawn to visual. I mean, hence liking art and drawing. So I went with the artist more. I went with the character, but with the artist. So as long as Murphy Anderson was doing it, I like even the original Hawkman. It's 26 issues, 27 issues. I didn't get the last 5 because they booted. Murphy Anderson left after number 21, and the last, I think it's up to 26 or 27, Dick Dillon drew 'em, and I just didn't like his renditions, so I didn't buy those.
Oh, it's funny. Now, let me ask you this question, because like people ask me, and I don't remember names and stuff like that, but did you know the Murphy stuff visually? Obviously, you knew the stuff visually because you would see it, but
Yeah.
did you know the name to go along with it, or you just like kind of just visualized and said, "Oh no, that's not the same artist," type thing? You know what I mean? Did you know it by name, or did you know it just by the art?
I think I just knew by the art.
Okay, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I just knew by the art. I just knew what I liked and what I didn't, what
Right.
didn't draw my attention.
Because that for me was Frazetta. Like every time you
Ah.
could see Frazetta, I'd be like, "Oh, who is that? Like, what is that?" Like I didn't know his name, but like, because I would go into we here where I lived, we had a book and record store, and it was literally all they were just books and records, you know. So I would go and I would buy the book covers, and I would never read the books, but I would buy the ones with the Frazetta covers, you know.
Yep.
And I was picking those out more than anything else, just because I'm like, what is not knowing anything about the guy, not knowing anything about the artwork. It's just for some reason those just appealed to me so much.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that 100%. I still do that. I don't even collect comics. I don't read comics anymore. I will read synopsis just so I know what's going on currently with the characters, but I don't really follow any character. But when my favorite artist is on a book, I'll buy the book. And I'll just study what he did. I'll look at how he drew, how he handled certain situations, how he handled a pose, how he handled some anatomy, especially if it's something that I know I have problems with. You know, I'll be like, okay, how did he approach this? How did he draw this? And so to this day, I still do that. The only comics I bought in the past like 5, 6 years have been because my favorite artist is on that book for those issues.
Are you comfortable saying who it is, or you don't want to give them any props?
Sure. My two favorite are Ivan Reis and David Finch.
Okay.
So.
Did you read the Hawk World miniseries by Tim Truman?
That was a spectacularly written story. Oh my God. I was reading it and I didn't like it because they changed Shayera's origin. And I was like, I don't like this. This is dumb. I don't like this. And then when you get to the end of it, you're like, oh my God, that was amazing. That was amazing. I loved it. I loved it.
And did you ever read Jeff John's JSA stories, where he finally took all the different Hawkmen incarnations and made sense out of it?
Yes. Yeah. I followed Hawkman longer than anything else, just simply because if the character, it was so rare, you know, they would announce a new book and it would last 14 issues. You know, it'd barely go past a year. A new book, Hawkman, all new series, another 13 issues. And so anytime he came out, I would follow him. So yeah, I read for the most part. He was probably the last character that I actually followed character-wise. So, but yeah, I loved all the iterations of him. I loved what they did with him. I think my favorite look for him, well, other than the classic one, was the who's the writer? Not Ostrander.
John Aslander?
Was it Ostrander? Yeah. It was when oh my God,
he was doing Hawk World.
Yes, but then they changed it to Hawkman and Dursema drew it.
Yeah, Jan
Dursema. I own the original art to the cover for Hawkman #3, where he's fighting the can't remember his name, the pterodactyl guy.
Oh wow.
I bought it from her. She was selling the cover. I think it was at the second San Diego Comic-Con I ever attended, and she had it for sale. And I was like, I didn't even have the money. I had to turn to my sister and say, "You need to lend me some money."
Did you ever pay her back? Because that'd be awesome if you didn't.
That would make the story all worth it, right? Because otherwise the story sucks.
So for those of you just joining us, welcome to the Hawkman Hour. I know it says we were going to talk about Captain America, but it took a left turn and we were going into Hawkman here. But I like it. It's cool. I love that stuff like that stays with you. I mean, I've said it on the Oh Yeah podcast, but there's certain iconic things, like anything Jose Luis Garcia Lopez drew, I've always been immediately attracted to. And one of the things I remember, because like people ask me what was my first comic, and I for the life of me I cannot remember what my first comic ever was. I just can't. But I remember the first cover I saw that made an impression on me because I saw it on the newsstand, and that was the Teen Titans cover that George Perez did, where the Teen Titans go looking for the Doom Patrol, and Robot Man is hanging outside the pyramid, and he's hung up with ivy and stuff like that.
Okay.
And there's Robin on the cover and stuff like that, and I'm like, that cover was just like, wow, like made such an impression on me. So like that's when I'm like, okay, I'm going to seriously start collecting comics now. Even though I probably had been already, and picking up issues and stuff like that. I never got the sequel to that, the end of the story, the next part, because I was always getting them at a drugstore around the corner from where my dad worked. So like, yeah, if you missed it, you missed it,
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get the to read the end of the story till later. Ooh, let's see. Wayne's got something there. What's he got there?
There's the Hawkman cover.
That's it. It's hanging in my office. The original one.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's it. I love that cover, and I love that look. He had the earring, he had the hair, and everything. Aside from the Murphy Anderson original look, that's my second favorite look for him.
That's so weird that you like the hippie Hawkman.
Right? Let's see. Long hair and earrings. I wonder what the connection is.
I think it was cool. I liked all of that.
So you never finished? You never got the second part of that story?
Not till years later, no.
That's
no, because it was gone, and like I didn't know anything about comic shops and stuff like that.
Right.
I didn't even know a thing existed like that. And then where I lived, for the longest time, we didn't have anything near us. So then I found out about this this company that you can do mail order by, So this was around the time that the Secret Wars was coming out and stuff like that. And I remember,
wow.
I remember seeing Secret Wars on the turnstile, on the spinner rack.
Yep.
But then I'm like, no, I can't get it because I have it coming in the mail. But oh God, I want to know what's happening. Yeah, type thing,
One of those dilemmas, existential dilemma going on.
So I didn't have a lot of money, so I held off, because I was getting it slightly cheaper through the mail, because if you get a certain amount of issues, they cut you a little bit of a deal.
For each title, yeah, each extra title. I remember that, yeah.
Oh, I ruined this. Damn it! I knew it. I knew I was going to do it.
I ruined mine too. It's all ruined.
I ruined a drawing at least 5 times during the course of a drawing.
Easily.
You didn't ruin that. Look at that.
Mine's
badass.
ruined also. I hate it. I'm going to start over.
Are you going to go with color? Or it's just going to be all black and white tones.
Just all black and white tones,
Nice.
and then I add. I go in there with a
graphite pencil or something. Oh, there you go.
A white one, and I punch some accents in there.
So anyway, back to Hawkman. Captain America.
Back to the Hawkman hour.
Yeah, Andrew Clark would want to know, do you think Armanzola now is digital, and will he be back?
Oh, that'd be cool, right?
I wonder if he'll be back. I wonder if they're going to... Yeah, that'd be interesting.
And he also wonders, have you guys seen the side-by-side of Sebastian Stan and Mark Hamill? They all they are like twins.
I think he addressed that in the last day or so, right?
He did. I didn't read it though. What did he say? He
said something like, if I get a call directly from Mark Hamill, then maybe I'll consider it or something.
Okay.
Because Mark Hamill tweeted something about him doing it, but they look eerily similar, don't they?
Yes. Yeah. It's kind of weird. I hadn't seen it until that the whole meme started and people started talking about it, and then suddenly it was like that was so obvious.
So, what did you guys think of the recent episode of Falcon Winter Soldier here? Yeah, I got that right. Sorry, I was thinking I said Captain America, but what did you think of the newest episode here?
There's some very positives and some things I didn't care for, but I'll let you start. I don't want to sound like negative Nelly.
No, it's not negative Nelly at all. It's what you like and what you don't like. I think the banter seems to be almost a little forced between them. I'm liking the story. I like the whole flag smasher thing, and where it's going. It seems like they totally cut out the family, Sam's family, which they made a big thing about in the first episode, and it seems like they were totally cut out of things altogether. And
did they get the bank loan? That's what we need to know,
right? Because I want to know that. Because the boat, what's going to happen to the boat?
I did like in the first episode that they addressed the snap, the real world consequences of the snap, like that. It's like you don't exist. You haven't had any income for 5 years. You know, all these. I like all those little side things where they talk about that. Yeah, there's real world implications for suddenly half the population showing up after 5 years. You know, and it affects people's lives, and I kind of like that. I think that it just adds a little bit of realism to it.
So, do you think it's wizards, androids, or aliens?
It's one of the big three.
I agree with you on the dialogue, and I like the banter. I like what they're getting on each other, but it seems okay. Why are they at each other's throats for no reason? Why are they treating Walker so? You know, granted he's not Steve, so they're going to be a little hesitant, a little standoffish, but. You know, they're walking on the road. They come in the car. They don't even want to acknowledge him. You know, it's like, don't you even want to talk to him? Ask him what importance they have. How did you get here? How did you know? You know, hey.
No, man, he's a jerk. I don't like his jaw. His mouth goes into his face. I don't like that. You know, the whole thing goes. It goes. His jaw comes out. It's not a Captain America chin. I'm sorry. I'm thinking.
You're a bad man.
I'm sorry. But don't you think? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
No, but I noticed that too.
Wayne,
well, it's to absorb the punch. When you punch him, it goes in, but because your fist can't go all the way in, because if it's so indented,
it'll get sucked up by his mouth hole, right?
Exactly. It's his secret power.
That's true.
I'm thinking, right? So I'm not so bad. See, this is why I have Wayne on with me every week. I like him to be my moral center.
Oh, very much. I can see he's bringing you back to center. I can see that. You were veering, and he just brought you right back. If that's your idea of being brought back, anyway.
I think so.
It doesn't make sense that they're so angry with him. Yeah. Like, they should be more angry with the government for giving the shield.
Yeah.
And if they were more upfront with Sam, saying, Sam, this is what we want to do. We really need a symbol. If you're not going to take up the symbol, we're going to do this. And I think that's the...
Yeah. And
they shouldn't be mad at the guy that's the U.S. agent or the new Captain America.
But it was kind of revealed why there's so much, because you said, why is there so much animosity between them and stuff, and it's kind of revealed in the couples therapy session that they had, you know, which
I thought was totally forced too. It was okay. Yeah,
some of that was forced because that was forced. But you know, the realization that you know, if you gave it up because you think you're not good enough, and Captain America thought you were good enough, then I'm not good enough. I thought that was a really good reason, you know?
Oh, totally. But what I'm saying is the motivation, to me, the motivations are what are suspect. The motivations for the banter, the motivations for being angry with each other, the motivations for the psychiatrist to say, okay, you two come here and sit down and, you know, stick your knees into each other and let's have a, you know, let's get the couple's pillow fight and therapy.
Let's scissor each other here. Yeah,
exactly.
We'll get more out of each other if you scissor each other.
Exactly. No, I agree with you. The line was good. It made sense, but it's like the situations are forced in order to put them in. The motivations are forced to put them in the situations where we can reveal this dialogue or this connection or this banter or whatever else. That's what I see as a little bit on the force side.
No, I agree.
That
It's
means-
just no. I feel the banter's forced. Like it just doesn't feel natural. Like
Right.
compared to Winter Soldier, the banter in Winter Soldier is natural between all three characters.
Right.
There's no. It doesn't feel forced. It actually feels like a natural conversation.
So basically,
Where this doesn't.
what I'm hearing you say is that it's all Sebastian Stan's fault.
Oh, it could be Anthony's fault too. You know.
Yeah, but he had the good banner with Rogers and
But if he had the
Scarlet.
good banter with Rogers and Scarlet, then he should be able to take that good banter, at least 50% of it,
That's
or
what I'm saying.
33 and a third, and put it here. But we're not even getting 33 and a third.
This is
We
why
might be
you're on the
getting
show. This is why you're on the show with me, because we get it. We get each other here. We're picking up what we're throwing down.
And you can argue with that because that's math.
Yeah.
33
And he's a
is
math
3%.
teacher, so he knows.
And so I know that equation was right because it is math.
Yeah. I'm glad you know math because I don't know diddly squat about. Okay, can do it. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, here's something.
Tell me.
Here's something. Okay, Winter Soldier, really good fighter. We've seen him take out squads of people. I know we're dealing with Super Soldier enhanced people before now, but you think he put up a little better fight?
Well, he's got issues he's working with. You know,
Or is it because he's holding back? He doesn't want to use deadly force to kill everybody.
Maybe. You know.
But I thought he should have been able to take out some of those guys.
Yeah. Now here's the thing I know about Marvel stuff, is that sometimes it's not what you think, and then it comes up to hit you from behind and surprise you. So that could be a thing. I'm thinking.
True.
Andrew
was going, the plot's moving forward. What are the bad guys stealing and why? Is Zemo overall bad or good? Isaiah Bradley grabbed his interest for this episode and wants to know more about him and his grandson.
Yeah.
So we can take. So what are the guys? They're basically just stealing supplies, medical supplies.
Yeah, but are they bad guys though?
Yeah.
No, because they could be doing it for some other reason. Because there's people that are after them.
I thought it was they said it was a vaccine, but I thought it was the super soldier serum. It wasn't? Did I hear that wrong?
No, it's I think what it is, we're thinking, or Sam's thinking that they were injected with the super soldier serum.
Right.
But what they've been stealing, we're stealing like medical supplies and food because of the remember everything was cut in half. So all the food, fish in the ocean, we lost half of the living things. And then everything came back. You're going to have a bit of a production cycle before everything gets underway. So, and they were talking about whatever the World Organization is looking to help people.
Okay, so I misheard it then. I misheard it. I thought it was still.
But the people they're running from is the power brokers. That is a reference back to the Captain America storyline.
Okay, but I heard it wrong. I thought it was serum. That's
serum. What they think that it's that's why when Sam says to Bucky, we're dealing with super soldiers, and Bucky says, oh, okay, well, let's go see Isaiah.
Okay.
And maybe he might be able to give us more information about who was given some super soldier serum. Yeah, and for Andrew, I don't think we know who Zemo is just yet, whether or not he's good or bad, because we haven't really seen him other than he's in a cell, and he seems to be playing chess.
Now he was wasn't he? He was in Civil War, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was in a cell, like a glass encased cell, as opposed to a.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch Civil War now before the next for the next episode.
Me too. Me as well. Like I kept getting confused, thinking, "Oh, is this where?" Oh, no. That's Civil War. That's Civil War. That's okay.
But also, to harking back to these characters and what happened with some of them and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
Because then I tend to forget things. But
I kept having that issue watching Falcon and Winter Soldier. I kept, they're fighting on top of the truck, and the shield comes, and I'm thinking, "Oh, okay, Cap is here," and I'm like, "Oh no, that's right, Cap is not here anymore." Especially having just rewatched the movie.
Right.
Captain America's in my brain, so I'm just thinking it's all Captain America. It's like, no, get the timeline straight here. This is totally different.
And also Walker, I can't remember U.S. Agent in the comics, but does he have superpowers? Because Walker here said that he doesn't, right?
No, and he knows how to. And I'm wondering if that shield is you know how Steve at one point had a magnetic shield that it came back to him, because that shield basically hits the person and then came right back to his arm.
Right.
As opposed to like when you saw it in Winter Soldier, where it was all the ricocheting, like you've seen in all the comics.
Right.
Before it coming back.
Well, yeah, when they showed that flashback of Walker using it, he threw it at those posts, and it went to a couple of different posts before it came back to him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Checking to see. I don't think he was.
And I don't think you, or maybe you did, Franco. You didn't say anything. If you did notice, I spoiled it. Who Flag Smasher was for you?
But you spoiled it for me. How
yeah,
dare
that's
you?
actually how we started talking about Solo, because you brought up Flag Smasher. And I said, no, it's the girl it's the female actress that played Enfys Nest in Solo. That's Flag Smasher.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay.
And that's how we got on the discussion of Solo, and that we should have done Solo instead.
Yeah, John Walker got his powers from the Power Broker.
Ah, okay.
So he does have powers.
In the comics?
In the comic books.
In the comics, okay.
Yeah. Because in the comics, he was the Super Patriot.
Was he really?
Yep. Yeah, this would have been after I stopped reading.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he received like the super soldier serum.
Mm-hmm. So that guy when he goes to see him in the house, Isaiah, is that his name? Am I saying it right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he was a super soldier, and there's another thing too, where he said it didn't turn out right. Where Falcon says it didn't turn out well, where him and Cap were on the run for a year and a half. That I'm assuming was directly after Winter Soldier, the movie, right?
That's what I took it as.
I thought it was after Civil War.
Civil War.
Or Civil War. Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah. But yeah, and this guy fought Bucky on that in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when Bucky was still under Hydra.
Now, was he wasn't the first Captain America, but is that what they're taking that storyline from the when it was revealed that there was a black Captain America before Steve Rogers type thing?
I believe they are.
They are, right?
Because it's the same character, Isaiah Bradley. And since we saw his grandson, we now have a couple of components for the Young Avengers.
Right.
We have Scott Lang's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
We have the twins.
Yep. And now
we have Isaiah's grandson.
What was his name? Something Patriot.
Yes, the Patriot.
The Patriot. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I wasn't that far off.
Yeah, the miniseries you're talking about was written by Robert Morales, and drawn by Kyle Baker, called Truth, Red, White, and Black.
Red, white, and black. Yeah, I was gonna
Right.
say I remember that.
It's good stuff. Good stuff in comics. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I get to drawing and I forget. I forget to talk sometimes.
Oh, I do the same thing. I'm busy holding my breath. Sorry.
And Andrew, yes, Isaiah's grandson does have powers in the comics. Because I remember reading the Young Avengers. It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, with Hulkling, right? That's the other character,
yeah,
right?
Hulkling, Iron Lad, which was Kang, the young version of Kang.
Right. Yeah, I like that series a lot. I remember reading it. I remember liking it.
Alan Heinberg and Jim Chung.
Yes.
Oh, and we will be getting Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye series coming
That's right.
up.
Yep.
So they're literally building the entire core for the Avengers, Young Avengers.
You think they're trying to hand that off? You think they're trying to hand it off eventually to keep it going?
Never know.
Or they could do a Marvel series of Young Avengers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Disney series, right?
Yeah, they can do a team up with the Runaways. Because they've already done the Runaways.
Yeah, they did the Runaways on Hulu or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm. And they did Cloak and Dagger too on Hulu.
Oh,
I saw the Cloak and Dagger. It was okay. Yeah.
I didn't see it, but that's right. They did do a Cloak and Dagger. I forgot. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We live in an amazing time.
Oh,
like you said, whoever ever thought we would have seen these things on the big screen?
Right.
we got to see Batroc the Leper, huh?
The Leper. Yeah.
I just wanted you know what, if they had made him come out and talk like the Swedish chef from the Muppets, I could have died a happy man. That would have been it, you know. If he had just come out and started kicking Captain America,
Played by a good Canadian MMA fighter.
Yeah, one of the all-time champs, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at that thing. That's crazy. How do you do that?
It's not me. Every time you look down, I just switch it out with another one that I printed off the internet.
Oh, wow. You got a quiet printer. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, very quiet.
It's in the room with the dogs.
So the dogs they mask the sound?
Yeah, every time you hear the dogs barking, it's like, quick, make it print faster. Make it print faster.
Let's see here. I got something. Mo's digging for colors everywhere too.
Yeah, Andrew Clark again says Young Avengers would be great, and maybe when they bring in the Fantastic Four, it'll be the teen versions of them, of the Fantastic Four.
Oh,
that'd be like the Ultimates. Wasn't the Ultimate Universe Fantastic Four more? They were younger, a lot younger.
They were younger, right?
I guess that's something I hadn't considered at all. Actually, wow.
Mm-hmm. I still would have loved to seen Reed in WandaVision.
Right? I was really thinking they were going there, honestly. Mm-hmm. And I said it, and I was wrong, because I called it out right here on this show, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to go back and erase all those tapes, Wayne.
I was going to say, that'll be easy. Sweeping pronouncements.
But I think that's half the fun of this is kind of guesstimating what they're going to do, type thing. Well, for me anyway.
I think there's more of a mystery with WandaVision than there is with the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't feel as compelled to try to figure out something.
No, I think it's more like Yeah, like an action adventure type thing, like you were saying with, or Jaime was saying with the movies, like, or you, Wayne, I forget, but like the expanse of the outer space thing, and then this movie, Captain America: Winter Soldier, being like an espionage movie type thing. I think that's what it is. It's one of the big three. It's either
androids,
outer space magic or espionage type thing with Marvel, which is great. I love all this stuff.
At least we know the definition of a sorcerer is a wizard without a hat.
Well, he just made that up on the spot.
Learned that today.
He just made that up on the spot. That's all.
Oh man, that's not real.
No,
my blog.
Falcon said that. He said he made that up just on the spot. Like that.
That's what I'm saying. Now I have to go change my blog. I believed in it. Now you tell me it's not real.
I'm sorry.
You see how you continue to affect my life?
I'm sorry. Well, no one ever said you should listen to me. No, you should not listen to me. If this show has proved anything, I've been wrong on everything.
Except when he's right.
And when he's right.
And when he's right, and when I'm right, you will be rest assured that I will gloat and flaunt it.
To no extent.
Right.
So is this where the time in the show where we reenact the scene between Captain America and Black Widow on the escalator?
I think
it's
so.
time. I think it's time.
So
because
like
then we have to get back into the hockey thing after that.
Oh, where they kiss? Are you going to reenact that?
Oh, man.
Hold on. What's happening here? Oh, I didn't know that. This is a family show, Wayne. What are you doing?
Oh, they're just kissing. They're trying to make it awkward so that the Hydra agents don't sort of catch up to them.
Crossbones doesn't notice them.
They look kind of blocky. they aren't
I
working
believe
out.
they are.
Yeah, I would have thought they would have looked better in real life.
Scarlett and Chris have really let themselves go a little bit.
Well, they're in between movies. That's why.
Okay.
That's true. They don't have to be training. That's true.
Yeah, no, I'm just finding that watching it's just an action movie sort of broken up in chunks.
Yeah.
Where with WandaVision, we were trying to figure out, okay, who is the ultimate big bad behind it all? Right. And then you're bogged down with everything from like House of M,
right?
The Maxi series. You're thinking of all these possible storylines that are coming together that could try to make
Mephisto.
Yeah. Well, honestly, a lot of that is just us. We've read way too many comics, and the average Joe Schmo out there is not going. I wonder if it's Mephisto or this or that or the other thing.
Yeah,
they're like, "Oh, that was a good episode. I liked it."
that is 100% true.
And I know for me with Falcon and Winter Soldier, I never read this part of Captain America's storyline when US Agent came in, or the Patriot at the time, Super Patriot, or the Power Brokers. I never read any of those stories, so I'm not using my faulty memory on remembering these old storylines to see, oh, this is where they're going with it.
And you're not outguessing yourself.
Not outguessing myself, but I'm still not going, oh, okay, I'll wait for next week.
Right.
There'll be some more stuff. There'll be some more banter, maybe a new Red Wing.
That scene on top of the truck, though, when Enfys Nest, Flag Smasher, when she jumps up and she grabs Red Wing, loved that. That was awesome. Or when Bucky catches the shield and hands it back to him. That was sweet. Those were two really good scenes. Well done. The action was really well done as well.
Oh yeah, the fight scenes are great. Yeah. They know how to choreograph a fight scene. And still, one of the best fight scenes is Daredevil in the hallway.
Oh my
from
gosh.
Netflix.
Oh geez, that thing is brutal.
But it feels like a real fight
take, right? Yeah.
You would be tired at the end of that.
Yep. Even if it was choreographed.
Mm-hmm.
Those...
Yeah, you couldn't dance and you'd still be tired.
That was all one take, I believe, right? It looked it anyway, or filmed that way,
wasn't it?
They said it was filmed in one take, but if they did, that's
Amazing.
a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, Andrew said he hopes to see Sharon Carter soon.
Oh wow. Huh?
We see her in the credits
Of
Falcon Winter Soldier. Emily Van Camp. Yeah.
Oh wow.
She appears in the credits, but she hasn't appeared in the show yet. And do you think maybe it's Sharon will be brainwashed by Dr. Faustus? Now, the Dr. Faustus is something I brought up last week. I would love if the counselor is reporting to Dr. Faustus.
Right.
And
sorry, I'm holding my breath.
We got a new comment from Molly Clark. Did you guys see the Black Widow release date was moved back again?
Yeah.
Yep.
I did see that, but they are releasing it on the Disney premiere, which I don't mind because that means I get to watch it in the comfort of my house. And I know people are freaking out by, I'm not going to spend extra money, but you know what? I'm thinking that it's the price of a couple of people going to see a movie.
Totally.
Plus popcorn.
Yeah, and you know what? That's what I would get at the movie theater anyway. And there's people here in my household that are going to watch it with me. So I don't know. I'm okay with that, you know. And
I'm
people
okay
are like,
with, as long as I can run to the theater and go buy popcorn and bring it home, which I've done 2 or 3 times since COVID started. I've literally done that, just to get that movie popcorn. Gotta have it every so often.
So yeah, do it. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that too now.
Yeah, when Justice League dropped, I popped some popcorn, put some nice fresh butter on it, and watched it at 3 to 7.
Honestly, I mean, people are like, well, if you reward Disney for doing this, then they're going to keep doing it, you know, like, and I'm like, well, you don't have to watch it that way. You know, if you really want to go see it in the theaters, go see it in the theaters. I don't understand this argument with people. But I am interested to see the Black Widow past. That seems like a lot of fun there.
And we get introduced to the Black Widow too, Yelena.
They should have released the Black Widow movie before Endgame. They should have done that before Endgame.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm kind of torn. I'm going both ways. Like, again, here goes negative Nelly again. Like, don't get that guy back on the show. All he ever does is talk crap about movies.
And specifically about Black Widow.
Well, that's true too. And I like Black Widow. You're right. I better not. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm right. I didn't realize that it's back to Black Widow. No, I'm not as invested in it because ultimately you know where the character's going. It's not. I'm sure if they do it well, I'm sure they can do a really good job of it, and it'll still be really intriguing. But I'm not like, oh, I gotta go check this out. I want to see what happens to Black Widow because I already know where her arc goes and what she does.
But do you?
I've been wrong before.
As Wayne and I were saying, I don't know if we said it on the air or off, but you know, the only person in the Marvel universe who stays dead is Uncle Ben. So, you don't know.
This is true. This is true.
So is she?
And I've been wrong before. I've been wrong before. I remember when they announced Heath Ledger being cast as the Joker. I said, "God, what a stupid choice!" And then you see that first picture of him where he's behind the screen, behind the scenes.
That was totally a stupid choice. The things from behind the scenes were like, oh my God, the pictures were awful. And then you see the movie and you're like,
oh, I never sat down. Every time he came on the screen, I was like this, like, oh my God, what's he gonna do now? Oh, that's what I said. I've been wrong before. I was wrong about that. I was wrong about Thor Ragnarok. I had a friend of mine that was real big into Gladiator Hulk and everything. He's like, "Oh, have you seen the preview to Thor Ragnarok?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." And I mean, and then I found out that Taika Waititi was directing. I said, "Oh, I'll go give it a shot," because I like Taika Waititi, and I was like, "Okay, that was the best Thor movie I've ever seen."
Have you
loved it.
seen What We Do in the Shadows? Have you seen that?
Oh God.
I love it. We're going to talk about that eventually on here with
Oh God, that is the best on television, bar none. Oh my God.
but the movie too. I love the movie.
Oh, the movie as well.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh,
I
we do
love
have a
that shit.
question from
Uh-oh.
Kevin Kevison. Who will win in a fight between Captain America and Green Goblin?
Oh, no contest.
Oh.
No contest whatsoever there.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's your answer. It's a no contest.
Yep. I'm not even going to grace that with an actual answer because we all know the answer.
Yep, unfortunately.
And
All
Andrew
right.
Clark wants to know, do you think, going back to Black Widow, do you think she's trapped in the Soul Stone or totally dead?
See, I don't know.
That's
The thing
a fair
is,
question. Hadn't thought about that.
now here's the thing, right? Because Chris Evans has come on record and said, never gonna be Captain America again, or I'm done being Captain America, right?
Right.
Scarlett Johansson's never said that I'm done being Black Widow. And she's come back for a prequel movie. I don't know. You tell me.
Well, if we take what the Soul Stone or the Soul Gem is in the comic books, you can actually live in it. The souls of the dead are in the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's true.
So it is possible. Because we are getting Loki, but the Loki we're getting is a different Loki from another timeline.
Right. Right.
Oh, is that what's
We're
happening?
not getting, yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
Loki was killed before the snap.
It's the one that escaped when they went back and went to go steal the
time
scepter
heist.
back. The time, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we don't call it a time heist.
Ah.
Interesting.
Because in the Loki story, I believe it's the Time Variance Authority, TVA, that's involved as part of it.
Oh, is it? That I didn't know either.
I don't know. What do you think? Circles? No circles?
Oh,
I'm going to keep going because I already put them in.
Jeez, you're almost finished.
No.
I'm lagging here again.
No. Not at all finished.
The
We have
time.
another 2 hours on the show. No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah, we're staying until you finish. So if you just sit down. It's like eating your vegetables.
Sorry, Wayne, I interrupted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. The Time Variance Authority was created by Walt Simonson and Sal Buscema in Thor 372. So it would have been in the Simonson run.
I like that guy. I like him a lot.
Walt Simonson.
Mm-hmm. Super cool dude.
Is he personally?
Yeah, we had him at a signing at the store, and then like I said it before, my favorite part was being able to go out to dinner, and then hear the stories from these guys about way back in the day and stuff.
That's cool. Oh, that's very cool.
Stuff like that, just like it fascinates me, like just because like we've read these stories and they've become such a part of us, but these guys came up with this stuff, and they came up with it just by like sitting in a room like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And
without all the foundation that like we have, we're standing on the shoulders of giants and inventing things and creating things, and they didn't have as much to start off with, and they came up with it.
Well, it was easier for them because they just came up with it. There was nothing before them, so they just came up with whatever. No, I'm
Well, I've always said, you look at Marvel's creativity in the 70s
Yeah, right.
with
Mostly the names, you know. Fing Fang Boom. Quam. Love those names.
What are you talking about standing? I'm a pretty tall guy. I'm still standing on the shoulders of giants. I don't think that's possible. It's pretty tall. I'm pretty tall.
Those giants would be collapsing.
Yeah, if I were standing on their shoulders, I need to lose some more weight.
would the only giant be Jim Shooter?
I think so. He's a tall fellow, that guy. Yeah.
Is he?
Oh yeah. Put Jim Shooter and Jim Steranko together. It'd be sort of like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think only one of the guys just as tall would be maybe Mike Richardson from Dark Horse.
Yes.
Okay, I've seen him in person. I know I've seen how tall he is.
Should I go with circles on the bottom too? I'm thinking I should, maybe. I think I have to.
Andrew Clark wants to know, hey, will Thor turn into a frog?
Oh, I would love that.
I think he'll turn into a frog when they bring Jackson on the next Star Wars.
Didn't they just come out with a figure of Jackson?
Yes, they did.
And they made him like super ultra realistic.
Yeah,
So,
he looks weird.
He looks weird, right?
Yeah. I bought a Star Wars comic. Ooh, it was on. You remember those 3-packs? They used to come in the little poly bag 3-packs.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. I was probably like 14 or something, and it just Star Wars. So I'm gonna buy it, and it was all Carmine Infantino drawings. You know, because he did the run for like ever on Star Wars, and it was Jax was in it, and it was the first time I'd ever seen it. And I thought, you know, where's the Cantina creatures? Where's Boba Fett? Where's the characters I know? They've got this Green Rabbit, and to this day, and if I could show you my phone is filming, so I can't. I have a picture on there from that comic where this gang kidnaps Jax, and they hold him upside down. They're trying to get him to tell them something, and they're torturing him. And they say, I can't remember, where's the boy or where's something? And he says, blow out your retros. And to this day, my sister and I, you know, when we're getting on each other's nerves, and she'll say something, I'll say, blow out your retros. And it all goes back to Jax. And it's like, oh my God, the
so
things
funny.
that stick with you. You
right.
know?
Yeah, those 3-packs were those were annoying because I always wanted to know what the middle comic was.
Yes.
Because you would take the bag and you would move it slightly to see like what, because you didn't want to get stuck with something dumb.
No.
You know?
No.
Like you didn't want to. You were getting like Spider-Man and Star Wars on the ends, and then you knew
Little dot.
in the middle was Little Lotta or something like that. You know, not that I didn't like those, but I didn't want to buy Little Lotta.
Yeah. No, that was exactly. You did the same thing I did. It was the press it as far as you can and see if you can get just a glimpse.
I think everybody did that. If you didn't, there's something wrong with you. I think.
Then you didn't really know comics,
right? I'm thinking. Wayne, did you ever do that? You ever get the 3-packs?
Yeah, I did. Remember, it was the Whitman.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of them. You had the Whitman logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tried to move the plastic to
Right.
see what was the middle comic, because you're not going to buy them if it's like this crappy thing you really don't want.
Right.
No, heck no.
Now, what you should do is, if you ever meet Howard Chaykin, ask him about Jackson.
Really?
Oh.
Why is that?
Oh, he
He's
created
setting me up, isn't he? It's the hat, right? You're setting me up.
That's
because of
the hat. Setting you up.
Oh, just get ready for Howard to yell at you because he does that anyway. But I love Howard.
Howard's amazing.
Oh man, his name is one of the first names I've ever remember in comics because my parents bought us the Star Wars, the original 1 through 6.
Yeah.
In polybags. They came the first 3 and then the second 3. Those are some of the first comics I remember was Star Wars 1 through 6, and we had to divide them between my brother, my sister, and I. So we each got 2. and you tried to pick the two best ones. And
Right.
so you didn't even get to read the story unless you could say, "Hey, can I borrow yours? Here, I'll let you borrow mine." You know, because we were so stingy with each other. But Howard Chaykin was
Yep.
did those, and that's one of the first names I remember from comics as a kid.
Did I ever tell you about my first meeting with Howard Chaykin?
Is it as bad as like your Bradstreet story or your
Almost. Yeah.
what's no
It's fun though. It's
no
funny.
your what's it Miller story?
Yeah, no, that was bad. No, that was me. This was Howard Chaykin. You know, I'm a big fan. You know, obviously, and
Hold on. I think the Frank Miller story. It's the first thing I've ever heard of. Okay, go ahead.
So we were sitting there at a convention, and Howard Chaykin comes up, and I know who he is, and Art doesn't know him by sight, like he's never met him, so he knows the name, but not what he looks
Right.
like, So Howard comes walking by the table, and I'm like, "Oh, hi," type thing, and he looks down, and he immediately starts swearing. So if you know Howard swears a lot,
Okay.
But he's like, and he points at Tiny Titans, and he's like, "This comic, who did this comic? Are you responsible for this?" And I'm thinking, oh my God, I've heard stories of Howard, and he goes off on rants. I'm like, oh my God, I did.
Really?
Yeah, there's something wrong. I did something wrong. And he picks up the comic, and he's like pointing at me, and he's like, "Are you responsible?" And I'm like, yeah, because I was caught off guard. I didn't know. You know me. I'm usually not at a loss for words. And
Yeah.
he caught me off guard, and I'm like, I stumbled. Yeah. He goes, "Let me tell you something. This is the best comic ever." And he
Are
totally
you serious?
he totally takes me back, and I was like, he goes, and he's swearing the whole time, but he's doing it like in an angry way. He goes, "I bought some of these for the grandkids and the nieces and the nephews, and they're running around the house. They know comics, they know the characters, and they're funny, and they're great. Good job." And Art, he's looking at me, goes, "Why did you get that guy so angry?" I'm like, apparently he wasn't angry. he wasn't angry. He liked
Apparently
the
that was
stuff.
his complimentary voice.
Yeah, and it was
Oh.
awesome. But like to have someone like one of your idols like that, just come up to you and like compliment you like that. I was like, oh my God,
Oh
this is
yeah.
awesome.
That is awesome. That is awesome. If I can do a shameless plug for myself,
Absolutely. Yeah, do it.
in terms of that, the first book that I worked on for Sandy Carpenter, she's such an awesome lady to work for. Oh my God, she is the best. She really is. And I was doing pencils, and I don't like to do sequential art. I like to paint, images. I don't like doing sequentials, but when she said, "Would you be interested in drawing a story?" It's like, let's see, Sandy Carpenter,
Yes.
John Carpenter. Yes, I would love to do one. Give me all the sequentials you got. So I even told my wife, I was like, "Oh my God, I hate doing sequentials, but you know what? This is different. You got to do it, right?" So I did the first page, and I sent it to her. And I was like, is it good enough? I was still doubting myself, right? I'm like, is it good enough? Is she going to like it? She going to say, "No, you need more," whatever. She emails me back, and she said, "I love the first page. John, for John Carpenter," she said, "was walking by and saw it on the screen and said, 'Whose is that? That's awesome.'" And I was like, "Oh my God. Oh my God. Do I have to do any more pages? I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it now."
Can I use that as a quote on my next book? John Carpenter?
Exactly. John Carpenter approved of at least one page. Exactly. And I grew up, with The Thing. Obviously, The Thing is like one of my favorite movies of all time. I probably watch that like once a month. So to know that he saw my stuff and was like, "Oh, that's great." I was like, what more do I need? I'm done.
Right.
I'm out. That was it.
That's awesome.
And I know, like, keeping with John Carpenter, we were talking last week about how I really didn't like the soundtrack to Justice League. I thought it blew chunks. But you take
what?
John Carpenter's movies, and he creates his own music, it fits each of the movies that he does.
Oh yeah.
And it builds into the theme. Like if you listen to each of the different themes, you know which movie you're thinking about when you hear that particular song.
That is very true. Yeah.
Where with the Justice League movie, it just was all over the place and just didn't have any type of unified theme or anything that makes you think, oh, this is the Justice League.
This is Justice League.
Right.
This is Superman. This is Batman. This is their, yeah. I haven't even seen the new Justice League. I haven't watched it.
Oh my God! Then you can't be on last week's show.
No.
But
if you run fast enough, you might.
What's that?
But if you run fast enough, you might be able to make last week's show.
I think I told this joke. I don't know if I told this joke on last week's show or if I told it on the Oh Yeah podcast. But you know that scene in Justice League where the Flash breaks the window with one finger? It's because, Windows doesn't support Flash anymore.
Oh, ow, ow.
That's a good one.
No, you didn't say that last week.
Okay, there you go.
Can you not say it this week either, please?
Yeah, we'll
we'll
back
have to again roll back the tape. And
you're going to edit this, right, Wayne? You're going to edit it afterwards?
Yeah, I'm editing it as we speak. Molly Clark would like to know, did you notice that Carl Lumley played Isaiah in Falcon and Winter Soldier? He was also the Martian Manhunter in Supergirl.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Martian Manhunter's father in Supergirl.
The father, yeah. What's his name? Jones. Not John. I can't remember his name.
Go here.
I think so.
You done?
Yeah.
No.
Not that I suggest you should do this, Franco, but Andrew Clark would love to hear the Miller story.
I bet he would.
Sorry, didn't mean to bring that up.
No, it's fine. I think we've told it on the Oh Yeah podcast, but I wouldn't want to.
Andrew, you'd have to check when you go through the archives for the Oh Yeah podcast. Look for that one and the discussion of how Alan Moore isn't really the best plumber in history. Those are really good conversations. David Harwood is the Martian Manhunter on Supergirl.
Okay.
Yes. All right, it's happening. It's coming together a little bit. I'm liking it a little bit more.
I'm liking mine less. The further I go, the less I like it.
I need to do a progress check because I need to look at this. I feel like I'm with my students. Progress check time.
Right.
Oh, look at that.
Very menacing.
Very cool.
Thank you.
He's getting there.
I like it. I love the pose. I like the dynamism in that. I love it.
Thank you.
So I always feel like mine are too static. Like their poses are just static. I don't feel like I inject enough life in them unless I sit there and think about it for like ever.
In the background, do you want to have a little Gwen Stacy just sort of falling?
Just like
that is actually the first comic I remember reading. One of the first comics I remember having was that Hawkman one where they're cut into pieces. I think it was the IQ gang, wasn't it? In Hawkman 7? I think it was IQ gang.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the first ones I remember owning. Like I said, we didn't read it because we're too young. But the first one I remember actually following the story was when Gwen Stacy died. And I was like, I don't even know how old I was. And I was just like, so she's dead? I didn't follow the story from the beginning. I didn't, and that's probably why I liked Green Goblin, but it's because I was very young and I saw that book, and I was just like shocked, like, but she's dead? Are you serious? She's dead? How? Like for real? Like, I mean, it was like traumatizing for a little kid that they actually killed off this person.
Did you read it in Marvel Tales as a reprint?
Yes, yeah, it was in Marvel Tales.
I read it in the original run.
Did you really?
Wow.
Nice. No, mine was in most of. And when I was young, I didn't know the difference. Whenever I saw Spider-Man, because I was a huge Spider-Man fan. For a while there, if you had asked me, it would have been just like you, Franco. It would have been Spider-Man, but Hawkman took over. I didn't know the difference between Marvel Tales and Amazing, so I just read them and didn't realize, that there's a continuity, that there's an order to this, and But wait a minute, oh, this is number 20, and this is number 260 or whatever. You know, like, how is that possible? Until I finally, you know, really understood like numbers. You know, that's when I became a math teacher.
You know,
It took a
you could
while.
be a math expert like you now, and I wouldn't be able to follow any of the numbering on the Marvel books now.
Is it all messed up?
Well, they have legacy numbers sometimes, I guess, when they feel like it. I think Wayne be able to tell us better, but
Yeah.
I can't follow any of the numbering system now. Every time I turn around, there's a new number 1 X-Men or new number 1 this or new number 1 that. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
If you're trying to recommend to a friend or someone who's new to comics, you should pick up X-Men Volume 1. Which Volume 1?
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
Yep.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, it is.
Oof.
And you'll see when they go to Legacy is when they get into milestone numbers. If they're getting up to 750, 800, then they'll switch to milestone. Then they'll have the Legacy numbers. And then they'll go back. And then they'll restart the series.
See, this is why I follow artists and not stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like the pictures. That's it. That's where it ends. You know, that's as far as I get.
But yeah, no, it's hard to try to recommend something nowadays, especially since everything gets rebooted or restarted after maybe
Yeah.
5-6 issues.
Yep, that too.
Yeah, so I just go by like stories now, if anything, and I pick up trades now and stuff, and you know, because I can't follow in the regular series anymore. It's just not gonna. I don't know.
And they're really slow. The current storytelling, the whole deconstruction of a story is you're basically writing to a trade.
Now they're writing to trades, yeah.
Well,
I mean, you know, we were told to do some of that, you know, with some of the stuff, because
really,
they're selling to book markets, so
different market.
No, that's the current model. Oh, well, here's a very nice compliment for you, Jaime. Kevin Kevinson said that Green Goblin is more menacing than Steppenwolf in the 2017 Justice League.
yeah. Oh,
Wow. So,
in the first
not
Justice
menacing at all. So
no, yours is more menacing.
So he's more lifelike than a potato, is what you're saying.
No.
Thank you.
He had a big axe. He was swinging it around, chopping people.
I can put the axe in there if it helps, you know. But thank you.
And the parademons, they sort of like, when you smushed them, they look like bugs against the windshield wiper.
That's true. And they leave totally nebulous clues behind for no apparent reason, you know.
Yeah, three squares.
Yeah, for no reason whatsoever. Last cockroach I killed, it left 3 squares on the ground too.
Oh, I have to I have to go back and watch that version again. But I like the Snyder one so much better, though. Just in terms of story wise.
Was it better? I started it, I didn't get finished, and then I went on to bigger and better things.
It made more sense. We talked about it last week, so we won't get into it too much here, but it made more sense story wise. Absolutely.
Okay.
And you can definitely break it up into chapters if you only want to watch a chapter a night.
I saw the first 1.5. I think I've seen 1.5 chapters, and then I just haven't gone back to it.
But so what do you expect next week for Falcon and Winter Soldier? A nice little. Are they going to do the staring in each other's eyes with Baron Zemo?
I think so.
I'm curious now that like I said, I guess I misinterpreted the medicine. I'm curious now that are they bad guys? Are they bad guys or are they not? Because I just assumed
that's what like they were set up to be bad guys, but now are they bad guys, and is the power brokers behind them? Because they came in and they killed that one guy looking to stop them, and they got away. You know, so. And Captain America followed Falcon, followed his Red Wing.
Oh yeah,
and that's how they tracked them. So they didn't even know they were going after somebody. I think,
True. They were just following them. That's true as well.
Now, watch it be. It's the U.S. government behind everything.
Oh my gosh. That would just disillusion me entirely.
It's not Hydra, it's AIM that's behind it all.
Oh my gosh.
The offshoot of Hydra.
Come on now, Wayne, cut it out. Stop ruining.
Then we'll have the head scientist. Everyone will be in a beekeeper suit. And we finally get MODOK.
Well, that's already
now we're
happening on the Hulu. Yeah.
Is it really?
No, but
Yeah. Patton Oswalt is doing the voice.
For a MODOK?
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. And he's also doing a comic book series of MODOK.
That's right.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. I did not know.
They just announced that they're doing an interview with him on the Mike Mignola documentary that they're kickstarting right now. Because he was part of that Amazing Screw-On Head animation. So they're doing a little featurette of that. Okay, I'm okay with this. I just don't know what to do with the background. I feel like I need something else in the background here.
You need a lot more, and I just think that because I want you to keep working because I'm still working. So
No, that's
so I
fine.
won't feel like
So
I'm behind.
you need it to pop more.
So I don't know if I should outline this with pink or lines with pink or.
Can you go on top of the yellow?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can, because you either make the outside of the yellow darker so that way the light contrasts with his body, or you can put a slightly darker or a complementary color like an orangish around his body so that way the blue will pop. Just throwing that out there. What do I know? I can't even finish a picture.
Yeah, you don't know any. You're working in black and white over there. You don't even want to attempt color, and you're trying to give me color advice. Oh my gosh, Jaime. Seriously.
I know. The audacity.
I don't know. It looks more gray tone on my screen.
Darn it. Oh, my camera's on the wrong setting. Shoot. I've wasted all this time.
So you put it on the black and white vivid?
Exactly. You know, and I just get the exact shade of chartreuse that I wanted. Now it's all, it's a waste. This is it. Forget it.
Now, I know you said the white. Now, is the white a pencil on there, the highlights and stuff? Show me the pencil again.
Part of it is pencil. It's just what is this? It's a Prismacolor.
Oh, okay.
Prismacolor, but then right here, I don't know if you can. Oh, it doesn't really come out. The camera's not good enough. Oh, there it is. If it'll refocus. If you can see, let me see if I can get it.
Yeah, I see that little. Yep, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, little pop right there. That's acrylic paint.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you did put paint on there. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go and put little just where I want like a extreme highlight, and sometimes I'll outline it in white or put like a starburst in the back or something just to make the darks pop even more in contrast.
I'm always fascinated watching other artists do things.
Well, Molly Clark really loves your cap, Franco.
Oh, thanks, Molly. Appreciate it. This is fun time drawing. I told Jaime, he was asking me, well, what do we do? I'm like, we just draw for fun and talk.
Pretty much.
No expectations of anything else. We want to talk about Hawkman. We talk about Hawkman. We just go for it.
I kept thinking there were rules to it, so I was just like,
no.
No, the only rule is a check that you have to send me afterwards.
Oh, that's true. Okay, there's Franco. There he is. I was waiting for him to show up. There he is. Oh, Wayne, the advice that this man has given me, oh my God, it's changed the trajectory of my life. And notice, I'm just going to leave it at it's changed. I'm not going to say which way it's changed or the direction. It's changed.
If it's based on your hockey team selection, yes, it has changed.
Oh, yeah, it took.
Oh man! Wow. So listen, Listen, does your wife, Jaime? Does your wife have any aloe or calamine lotion over there? Because that was a pretty sick burn.
I'm gonna need a saw there because that's the aloe's not gonna do
Wow.
it. That was wow.
Wow.
Here I kind of like let my guard down a little bit, just eased into it, but
Yeah. And let me tell you something. Wayne is the nice one. He's the nice one. Wayne's the nice one, and you got that out of him. So whoa, look at you.
right. I knew I shouldn't have been talking about Montreal when we got here. Yeah, you shouldn't have been talking about this.
All right, I'm gonna go with this orange that you guys keep talking about, or that Jaime.
Well, it'll give you more like an explosion, and it'll change the your focus on it.
See, I was gonna go around him in an orange, just all around him, so he pops out. All right, here we go. I'm gonna ruin it. Doing it. Ah, crap.
I meant orange, but not that color orange. Guy, you did the wrong orange.
I know.
Frank, do the orange more like mine right here on my color drawing. Do like that orange.
Oh yeah, I can see that real well. Oh, it's ruined now.
We're back to the colorized version of Metropolis right now.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh gosh, I ruined it. Oh my gosh.
Well, Andrew wants to know, is there such a thing as a mean Canadian? Yes, there is.
Yeah. I've never heard them more animated than when they talk about hockey. But other than that, they're pretty nice all around. I think.
Right. It's whenever hockey's introduced into the equation. Although I don't know. I think Canadians, the Montreal Canadiens, have more to be angry about than anybody else, especially their last couple of seasons.
Oof.
Seasons? Let's say decades.
That's true.
And I'm a Habs fan.
Yeah. What's up with Carey Price? Does he still have it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Personally, I think he should go to another team. I think his mojo will come back. I think it's
like Hasek?
He doesn't have the people in front of him that he needs for defense.
I was gonna say like Hasek when he went from Buffalo to the Red Wings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think it's at that time. You sometimes you need a change, and and your game changes right away.
Oh, look at Fleury in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't stand the Vegas team.
Andrew wants to know: are we going to talk about Lois and Clark tonight? Have we watched Lois and Clark?
No, we have not. How much do you expect me to watch, Andrew? At what point do I have to stop the rest of my life? No, I have them all DVR'd, and I do want to watch them. Have you watched them at all, Wayne?
Yeah, it's. I've not had a bad episode.
Oh, really? Oh,
it's
so
really.
I'm excited now.
I just love the story. The family story is what's the whole Superman stuff is. It's okay, but it's the dynamics. It's the family dynamics that's really well done. It feels like a real family. It feels like these are the problems you would have.
That's great. I want the Superman stuff to be okay too. Tell me that's okay, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's okay too. Yeah, no, but it's the. I just like how they're going ahead with the story, and it's progressing. I think it's progressing well. What do you think, Andrew? Oh yeah, he's loving the show. So, but is there anything you want to talk about Lois and Clark?
I think the reason this show is called Catching Up is because eventually I will catch up to it because I'm gonna watch it all. I want to watch Invincible because that came out.
Oh, yes.
I want to watch the Lois and Clarks, and I want to watch Resident Alien, the rest of Resident Alien. So there's a bunch of stuff that I want to watch.
Yeah, and Resident Alien still an interesting story.
Good. It's just a lot of good stuff out there, right?
Yeah, Andrew agrees. It's the best show on the CW, Lois and Clark.
That's great.
But yeah, Invincible. when you first watch the, let's say 95% of it, you're thinking, oh, it's just going to be this cute superhero type cartoon. Then the last 5 minutes,
Oh boy.
go straight to an R rating.
Oh boy. And that's the first episode, right?
And that's the first episode. Oh, it was good. It was just wow. And I never read the Invincible comic books. Did you guys read it?
Yeah, I read.
No.
I read the first. I guess the first six or so trades at least. I thought they were great.
Mm-hmm.
I really did.
Never did.
I like the orange pop. It needs something else. I'm thinking.
But Jaime, is this something that you're not going to do? Read it?
What's that?
I'm never gonna read that. That's it.
Never.
That's what you're waiting for.
I was waiting for it.
That's
I'm
it.
never gonna read it.
Never.
Never going to read that. Never going to watch that.
Do you recommend it?
I think it's pretty.
I've heard good things about Invincible.
Because again, I'm looking at your taste, and based on your hat.
Oh, yeah,
so
no.
I'm guessing.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
I pass on it then.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're still going.
Yeah, if you want a winning team or something like that, yeah, I definitely pass on this. Not quite last in the division.
Hold on. Montreal has. I'm trying to count the number of cups Montreal has this century. Hold on.
Oh boy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Boy.
Yeah. I think I got there. I didn't get. I do have a degree in math, but
Yeah.
it's a tough number.
We'll count the number of cups in my lifetime that the Habs have. Oh, I think I can do one hand. Or maybe two.
Okay.
How many does Ottawa have?
Hey. You know what? I'm getting rid of this. Where's my Red Wings hat? I'm gonna. It's funny because lately I've been watching Senators more. I own a Red Wing jersey. I own a couple of Red Wing shirts, Red Wing cap. If you look at my address in the front, the number, there's Red Wing on it. So everything's Red Wings. I have a couple of Red Wings hoodies. I almost wore a Red Wings hoodie, except it's too warm here right now. Mm-hmm. And yet lately it's been about the Senators. And I guess I'm just interested in the youth movement with the Senators because they're probably going to be.
Oh yeah,
they're going to be good sooner than Red Wings. Red Wings are also rebuild, but they don't have as many pieces. And I think Senators are fun to watch right now.
Yeah, no, it's an exciting team. They've done some really good draft picks.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what happens. Andrew Clark wants to know, did you guys see that the CW is bringing back the original Kung Fu based on the old David Carradine show?
Oh, wow. Are they really?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be starring in that? I had not heard any of this. All right now? I don't know if I like this either now. Thanks a lot, guys.
Well, my brother likes your Green Goblin and the Captain America.
Me personally, I really like that effect with the orange. That's just me. I really
it pops them out a bit more. Yeah. I was talking about the pink I put behind it. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But
and I'm not just saying that because I'm the one that recommended it, and I don't want you to look at it and say, "Freaking high."
Let's see a good shot of it. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Is that a Micron brush?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's it's the brush. Except it's I'm losing the point real quick here. I should have bought a new one.
Well, in the new Kung Fu series coming out, Shannon Dang is Aletha Shen, and Olivia Liang is Nikki. And Sis Ma is Jin. Yeah, two female leads.
Oh wow! Oh cool! I didn't know that.
Wow.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, quarter life
and now
crisis causes a quarter life crisis causes a young Chinese American woman, Nikki Chen, to drop out of college and go on a life-changing journey to an isolated monastery in China. But when she returns to find her hometown overrun with crime and corruption, Nikki uses her martial arts skills and Sholon values to protect her community.
So my next question was going to be, is it like modern updated, or were they going to go back and do a
From the
period
poster,
piece?
it looks like modern, updated.
Wow.
It's a modern version.
Oh, you're looking at the poster, Wayne?
Yeah. I have my IMDb site open because this is part of the commentary duties, is to be able to answer Franco's questions, and instantly when he goes, oh, I wonder about this, I have to like get the answer, or else
He's off the show, damn it.
I'm off the
That's
show.
right.
I didn't know I was this mean of a taskmaster.
Oh
I was
God,
gonna
no,
say, you
no.
know how many other people would give their right arm for this?
Yeah, I think that you're a math teacher. I think that adds up to 0. pretty much. See, the little things like this is when I wind up doing this off the show. I just wanted to do a couple, but like this is what, like the little circles, I'll wind up doing that like later, because that's just like tedious, like filling in circle type things, you know. So I'll do that later. I just wanted to do a couple now. But
Well, what you're doing is you're following the Wally Wood rule of thumb. When in doubt,
ink it
fill
out.
in the black.
Yeah.
Yeah, ink it out.
When in doubt, ink it out. Yeah. Well, I tell my kids that in school all the time.
I tell my
one
kids
of
that too.
one of the major rules is, when in doubt, ochre it out with pastels.
Ochre it out.
When in doubt, ochre it out. That's one of my rules with pastels. So
I tell them that with math too. I just tell them, just start again. Just erase the entire
when in doubt,
problem.
ochre it out.
Yeah.
You hand out pastels.
I do.
You don't use slide
it's
rules?
important.
Jaime, you don't use slide rules when you're teaching?
We have an abacus, so
Okay.
they're able to move those.
Right. I'm thinking need something else along the edges here.
Is the abacus solar powered?
Yeah, that's why we have to have glass, right at noon. We can't have it any other time, because it's we got to get the direct rays, or else it just doesn't work as well.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. I don't even know if it's the same color. Same color? Same color. No. Different color altogether. Look at that. No. It's going to go around the edges. Nah. No. Nah. See, this is what happens when you don't plan things out, kids.
Right.
You just go with your gut, and it's just not a thing.
Everybody says it's a thing. It's not a thing.
It's really not. It's not. Planning is something I do a lot of, and then I just
Well, planning, that's the whole the biggest one of the biggest arguments between Bucky and Sam. The lack of a plan.
bringing it all back. I love it.
All right. We're back to what we claimed we were going to talk about. Okay.
Oh, see, here I go ruining it again. Oh.
So, Jaime, have you followed the current incarnation of Hawkman that DC's putting out?
No. Is there a new one? See, I'll happen to catch some news about it, and then that's what'll make me run to the comic shop, go buy the comic, and then start looking at it. Other than that, like I said, I don't really follow any comics in particular unless I hear about my favorite artist being on them.
Was it Liefeld that did?
He did.
One of the
Yeah,
runs?
he did. He wrote some of them, and he did the covers for the last one, or maybe 2 ago. I might have missed one.
Yeah,
by now.
I think that was the New 52 stuff that he might have done.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, fudge. I screwed up. I screwed it up. Damn it.
No, you did screw it up.
You didn't.
Yeah, I did. Look at it. Just look at it. You know I did. Look at it. Look what I did. Look at it. Oh, fudge. See?
Looks fine.
I know I screwed it up. Look at it. Look what I did. It's ruined. Ruined.
Uh-oh, we're back at Batroc. He's
No.
saying wind in French.
It's ruined. Damn it.
So when you were collecting Hawkman, Jaime, did you follow like the cover art? Like I'm looking at the wiki page, and they're showing Andrew Robinson was, I think, one of the main cover artists.
That
that
was
run.
early in his career. That was before really everybody knew his name. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
So,
beautiful stuff.
Like the painted covers, like for you to get into oils for painting, what was the main thing that drove you towards like the painted image versus the sequential?
I was first influenced mostly by, I guess you could say, Frazetta and Boris. You know, as a kid, looking at the Conan and Tarzan covers. And then as I started to appreciate art a little bit more and understand the discipline and the work involved, I really got into Brom. Gerald
Oh,
Brom,
yes.
and his
Yeah.
covers and stuff. And I mean, I love his stuff. He is by far my favorite artist. My wife bought one of his originals, one of his oil washes for me for Christmas one year. I had it hanging in my studio as well. And I like trying to tell the story in one picture rather than doing the same image over and over, the same character, the same thing. I like, can you tell a story with one picture? Like the doll heads that I held up. It's there's something
Dave
to that.
McKean on Sandman, his covers on Sandman, they told stories.
Yes, yeah. And that's what I strive. And again, I'm not always successful, I learn something new every time, or I'll look at something I did a year ago and think, wow, I could have pulled that off so much better. I could have done something else. And that was basically it. It was wanting to try and tell the story with one thing rather than a series. So that's why I went to that.
But I think that's probably your influences by the old covers that when you were reading as a kid, because those covers told a story.
Completely.
As opposed to a static pinup pose. That nowadays it's mostly pinup poses, but back then they actually told a story. And what was happening?
No, you're right. And funny, they used to have the dialogue on the cover. I'm gonna drop her, Spider-Man. Oh no, if I take one more step, he'll. And then you would see like the second antagonist, real small at the bottom, ready or whatever. And it's like, oh. Jackal's way down there in the corner, but yet it's Hammerhead that's talking up here. So, whoa, who's the real villain here, and why is he holding her this way? It told the whole story. You're right.
Yeah, but it's not.
Actually, I never thought of it that way.
No. Again, that's you go back to the covers were there to try to bring you in, but sometimes it was bait and switch because.
Oh yeah. Yes. God, I hated that.
You'd have one of my favorite artists is Bill Sienkiewicz, and he'd have these beautiful painted covers, and it'll be Dazzler. And then you're going, oh, the story might be this. No, it's not.
That is it was total bait and switch. It was like, even the one I was describing, I'll drop her, Spider-Man, if you take one more step. And then you'd read the whole thing and go, he never had a girl threatening to drop her. Where in this book did that happen? Yeah, but like you said, it drew you in. It grabbed you, and you wanted it because of it.
Oh, here's a question for you, Jaime. Andrew Clark would like to know if you had to sum Jar Jar Binks up with one image, what would it look like?
Ooh.
If I had to sum him up with one image. I would take this figure that I have here and turn him around. show the other. I would have drawn him from the other direction.
Is there like that one Jar Jar painting you're dying to do?
You know what? I'm gonna get to work on it. Right? You know what? I'm not even doing this anymore. I'm starting over with Jar Jar.
Now you got to remember, Jar Jar is responsible for the creation of the Empire.
He totally is. He totally is.
He's the one that introduced the motion to have the Chancellor.
Yeah, but that
become the Chancellor. So Palpatine become the Chancellor.
But that was a Tim Peel makeup call because he was so hated before that was a makeup call to make him relevant. So you're right. It's totally true. But that was a makeup call.
Okay, I did things. I don't know.
What do we got? Let's see.
I don't know.
Blow it up.
It did things to it.
I love the dynamism.
Oh man.
Kirby would be happy.
I love the dynamism in it.
No.
That shield looks really sick too. Just the little touches, just the tiny.
Well, you can see the shading or the
glare,
the reflection,
the reflection on it. I love
reflection of light on the one side.
If you guys haven't realized by now, this whole show is just to make my ego feel better when I draw, because I need the input from fellow artists telling me I'm okay, it's okay, I'm good at this.
If there's one thing I know about you, it's your ego does not need any help.
Thank you. See? Thank you. Well, cool. All right. Well, Jaime, let's see what we got here, because we're in at 2.5 hours here, and we're
okay.
Let's see this drawing. Wow, look at this thing. Holy cow.
There we go.
And this is what I'm always telling my kids, and this is it in action where it works right here. It's like, you know, those darks really push back and those highlights come forward, and when you have a dark next to a light, man, that thing pops, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that.
And I tend to go too light, and that's why I'll always do one little piece first, so that way I can totally get all my values, and then I can start expanding. I used to try to do the whole thing at once, you know, one layer and then another layer, and then I'd look at the end and it's way too light. So now I try to solve all the value problems in a tiny piece and then expand from there.
Fantastic. Look at that.
Thank you.
And do you have things for sale on your website? And they can follow you on Instagram at if you look at that on the bottom, it's Jaime Carrillo Studios.
You can follow me on Instagram. Most of the things that are on Instagram are for sale if they're not already sold.
Yeah, man, go buy some stuff. He's got some cool stuff up there. This Captain America will be available tomorrow or the day after when I finish it, and if I don't totally hate it, it will be up. But I want to thank Jaime for coming on.
No, thank you for having me. It was a thrill. I loved being invited, and it was even more fun than I thought. Even though Wayne's a Habs fan, and I just had to put up with him anyway.
Franco puts up with me every week too, so we know he feels your pain.
He understands. Okay.
No, it's all good. Both of you guys are okay, even though you both like hockey. So.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. This was awesome. This was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Cool. Well, we're gonna have to have you back at some point, and we're definitely gonna have to talk some Star Wars next time you're back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So.
I'll even do a real painting that time. One of the little mini ones that I've been doing on Instagram. I got like little 5x7s that I do. I can knock it out in like 2 hours. I can knock
definitely.
It out, so.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna have you back when we do some Star Wars stuff. But we may be here next week. We don't know. We'll figure out what we're doing, and we'll have another guest. I have a couple people I'm talking to, so we'll see what happens. But thank you again, Wayne, for coming on and being commentator corraller and filling up the blank spaces when I forget to talk because I'm drawing.
Holding our breath. Thank you, Wayne. Nice to meet you, Wayne.
Oh, nice meeting you.
Really enjoyed it.
Cool. Thanks, and come back again. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.